If you have PCOS, diabetes, or any hormonal imbalances, you've probably seen a lot of videos and learned about a lot of new supplements. At lahat sila nagpapangako na gagaling ka na at maaayos lahat ng problema mo. Well, some of these supplements are great and can be good additions, but others might not be the best. My name is Sebastian. I'm a registered nutritionist and dietitian, and this is a Donut Box, where we unbox stories and talk about things we usually do not talk about. Today, we're unboxing some popular supplements. So if you're ready, let's unbox the story. The Donut Box. The Donut Box. Welcome back to another episode. If you are watching the video version on YouTube, then you can see that yes, the cat is out of the bag. Hindi ko na itatago. I am growing my hair. I've been hiding it for a bit, although I think it was pretty obvious, but that's just because it was the awkward phase, and it's still a little bit in the awkward phase of growing. But I finally decided that I want to see what a pixie cut is going to look on me. And if you're wondering why I shaved in the first place, my sister was diagnosed with lymphoma a few years back. At nung nalaman namin to, ang una kong pangako sa kanya ay kung mawalan siya ng buhok, magsha-shave din ako. But chemo started and her hair did start falling off. So me, my other sister, Elijah, and my dad all shaved with her. Although my dad is already bald in the first place. And it has been a few years that I've kept that bald head because it's so convenient. It's so easy to manage. I feel so free. There's no issues. But also, I feel like it was a statement piece. In that time that I was not my most confident, I hid behind my hair. At dahil wala na akong buhok, wala na akong matataguan, and I gained a lot of confidence. Recently, I've been looking for a change in my hair and in my look. At syempre, wala na akong magagawang iba kasi wala na nga akong buhok. And so we're going to try and grow it. But we'll see. Because every day I want to shave it off when I feel like the length is not good. So don't comment about that. I don't need to hear it. I already know. Anyways, one of my most popular requested videos ever since we did the Nesty Cleanse review was to review a few supplements specifically related to PCOS. Kaya naisip ko na gagawin na lang natin tong episode na to tungkol sa mga supplements na to na madalas ay pinaparekomenda dun sa mga may polycystic ovary syndrome. So I've got my donut box and let's unbox it. Crochet donut is looking good. The first thing I want to talk about, though, is what is polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, also known as PCOS. Well, it is a common endocrine condition that affects most women of reproductive age. It usually involves hormonal imbalances that leads to irregular periods. It also brings on elevated androgens, o kaya yung mataas na hormones na madalas mataas sa mga lalaki tulad ng testosterone. It causes acne or unwanted hair growth, and of course, metabolic issues like insulin resistance. Now, the truth is there is no cure for PCOS at the moment, but there is a way for us to reverse those symptoms and manage it as best we can. At syempre, ang pinaka-importante dito ay lifestyle changes, which would be focused on managing our blood sugar levels, decreasing inflammation in the body, and managing overall symptoms that we might feel. So it could be focused on maybe managing our androgen levels, focused on insulin resistance, or possibly trying to get your period back. Depende sa tao kung ano yung kailangan nila, pero syempre may pundasyon tayong gustong gawin o gusto nating gumawa ng mga habits na napaka-importante para sa pag-manage ng PCOS. So a lot of products and supplements that are usually catered to PCOS often tackle or target the symptoms that they might feel. So it could tackle the high androgen levels, the insulin resistance, or decreasing inflammation and stress in the body. Kaya titignan natin ang mga supplements na to at malalaman natin kung dapat ba silang gamitin. Let's start off with one of the most popular supplements now online, myo-inositol. Inositol is a group of sugar-like compounds, and it's primarily involved in cell structure, glucose uptake, and also hormone signaling, specifically for follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, and insulin. Now, myo-inositol is a derivative of myo-inositol, but it's focused on synthesis and storage of glycogen, which is the storage form of sugar. And because of this, it can help our body utilize sugar, which can lead to improving periods, lowering testosterone, and also supporting ovulation. And usually the dosage can range from 2 to 4 grams per day. But definitely please talk to your personal team to help you with this. Now, the pros of taking this supplement is, of course, the fact that it can be very helpful for insulin management, as well as androgen control and supporting ovulation or fertility. And it can also help us better tolerate metformin. And metformin is a common medication na binibigay sa mga merong insulin resistance or diabetes. There's also a lot of strong random controlled trials that have been in support of using this for PCOS. Sa totoo lang, itong supplement na to ay nakita talagang gumagana at nakakatulong sa marami na may PCOS. Now, there are some things you have to remember and look at, and one of those things is that benefits may take months to emerge. Hindi siya automatic na kapag tinake mo siya ngayon, boom, okay ka na, swak na, tapos na wala ka ng sintomas. It really takes time for some individuals, and for some it might even take longer. Another thing is most of the time the form of consumption is usually in a powder form. Depende rin naman to kung saan mo binibili, baka hindi mo ma-enjoy at hindi siya masayang i-take. One thing to really look at now would be the source that you get it from. Where is this supplement coming from? How is it made? Is it approved? And to make sure that the process of creating these supplements are also trusted. Depende talaga to sa brand. I don't have any personal brand recommendations because I don't take the supplement. Napaka-importante lang talaga na bigyan pa natin ng pansin kung saan natin siya mabibili. Especially with TikTok shop going rampant on constantly selling us so many supplements online, it's very, very, very important to know that you can trust the source. Next up, we have magnesium. Now, magnesium isn't the most common supplement that's recommended, pero isa siya sa ngayon nagiging mas popular para sa mga may PCOS. Magnesium is a mineral that your body needs to stay healthy. Everybody, whether you're sick or not, does require a certain amount of magnesium per day. It does a lot of things for our body, like it can boost our energy use because it plays a role in the metabolism of the food that we eat. It also helps support your muscles and your nerves, specifically making sure your muscles are working properly and, of course, making your heart beat steadily. Magnesium also plays a role in fixing and maintaining our DNA as well. And that's very important because DNA is like the instruction manual of your body. And alongside calcium, magnesium plays a role in strengthening our bones, and it also plays a role in balancing our blood sugar. Kaya pag narinig mo yung magnesium, alam mo na kung ano yung mga ginagawa niya. Now, magnesium is not just found in supplement form, but of course, it can be found in the food that we eat. Specifically in food items like leafy greens, spinach, mga kangkong o malunggay, pati cabbage. It can also be found in a lot of nuts and seeds like almonds and walnuts. Nakikita rin natin sa mga legumes, mga munggo at saka black beans. And also whole grains, brown rice, oats, quinoa, they also have magnesium, and even dark chocolate. Magnesium does play a role in relaxing our muscles, and a tendency is when you have your period, you have cramps, you need that relaxation, you might tend to turn to chocolates. Now, those who are most at risk for a magnesium deficiency are often those who have, well, one, PCOS. It can also be those who have gastrointestinal diseases kasi naapektuhan yung pag-absorb ng magnesium sa ating diet. It can also be those who have diabetes and older adults. Magnesium helps the body respond better to insulin. And another thing it's very helpful with is reducing anxiety, which is very common for those who have PCOS. Usually, magnesium would be recommended 200 to 400 milligrams per day, and usually in the form of magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate. Now, a systematic review found that magnesium alone didn't really impact metabolic markers. However, when combined with zinc, calcium and vitamin D, as well as vitamin E, that's when they were able to see more improvements in insulin, lipid markers, and inflammation in the body. Kaya hindi rin puro magnesium lang ang titignan natin. Kailangan rin tignan natin ang ibang mga nutrients or ibang mga bitamina at mineral na importante. Now, magnesium supplementation isn't automatically required for those who have PCOS because, of course, we still want to take a food-first approach. Hanggat kaya, gusto natin makuha lahat ng sustansya natin sa pagkain muna bago tayo mag-supplement. So ideally, we would find out first if we do have a common deficiency that does happen to those who have PCOS. Alone, the effects can be modest, but when paired with the proper nutrients, baka meron talagang makitang improvement. Iba-iba pa rin kada tao, ang pinaka-importante natin tignan ay yung buong diet natin at kung saan baka kasya si magnesium. But in short, it can definitely be an effective supplement for those with PCOS, provided that it is something that they need at that moment. Alright, another one is ashwagandha. Ashwagandha. I don't know how to say that. Anyways, ashwagandha is something that's very popular as well. And I think it's one of the ones that are a little bit more questionable in a sense na hindi siya si myo-inositol, magnesium na ginagawa at kailangan talaga ng katawan. Kaya kapag nag-supplement ka nun ay dahil kulang or kailangan ng katawan mo yun. But ashwagandha is not something your body necessarily makes or produces. Now, when you have PCOS or polycystic ovary syndrome, like we mentioned, a big symptom or something that you would most likely feel is gearing towards anxiety, depression, and stress. Maraming stress or maraming tension sa katawan. And this is also and something you'll often see is also raised cortisol or stress hormone levels, which play a very big role in the inflammation of the body. Kaya ang gusto natin hanggat kaya ay syempre gusto natin iparelax yung katawan natin. And a lot of lifestyle management for PCOS revolves around proper stress management, getting enough sleep, and all of those very important things to reduce the environmental stress that happens to us. Pero syempre madali yun sabihin, pero mahirap talaga mag-manage ng stress. PCOS or not, stress is a big issue. Now, the thing about ashwagandha is it plays mostly a role in reducing cortisol levels and helping our body specifically reduce PCOS symptoms, especially when there's a flare. It can support stress, sleep, which plays a very important role in hormonal balance. So it's not directly linked to PCOS in the same way that magnesium and myo-inositol was, how we described a while ago, in its connection with insulin management and so on. Ashwagandha plays more of a role in terms of the individual's relaxation and stress management. Meron namang mga studies na nakita na gumagana nga talaga siya sa pagtulong para ibawas yung stress at anxiety sa ating katawan, but it's not a required supplement for those who have PCOS. If maybe you are struggling with anxiety and stress, you can opt to try a supplement like ashwagandha to help reduce that stress and maybe help you get better sleep. Possibly. I've actually tried ashwagandha once because my sister has a lot of sleep helping supplements and I do have some nights of major insomnia and I need that extra help. So I have tried it once. I'm not fully sure if it helped me though. I didn't try it again because for me melatonin doesn't help and I'm not sure if ashwagandha helped me at all. So I think it's also dependent on the person too. So it is a natural stress and sleep support that can help with mood and indirectly impact hormonal balance. So it's more of a support supplement for what we might need or feel rather than a direct treatment. So because studies are not directly related to PCOS, we wouldn't necessarily say that it is automatically effective in managing PCOS. Should you try it? Would you try it? Again, it really depends on you and seeing if it works for you. At ang mas importante dun ay maghahanap tayo ng source o ng supplement na talagang mapagtitiwalaan natin. Now, another one is our spearmint tea. Now, spearmint tea isn't exactly a supplement, it's a tea, but it has been widely used in the circles of PCOS because of its claims that it will help reduce testosterone levels and support hormone balance. Spearmint tea does have anti-androgenic effects, especially for PCOS patients. So tulad ng sinabi natin, ang androgen hormones ay yung mga hormones na madalas present sa mga lalaki. So yun yung testosterone. And when you have PCOS, usually you have higher androgen levels than you usually would. At dahil dito, nagkakaroon tayo ng inflammation sa katawan, nagkakaroon ng oily or acne-prone skin, at saka nagkakaroon tayo ng hirsutism, or essentially growth of hair in places that it wouldn't usually grow, or thicker growth of hair in places that aren't commonly thick for women. So we're talking about upper lip, or maybe the neck, and other places. Because of these anti-androgenic compounds, many trials have actually seen significant reduction of free testosterone and increased luteinizing hormone as well as follicle-stimulating hormone for women who take them, specifically those who have PCOS. So it suggests a positive hormonal modulation. The great thing about spearmint tea is that it's usually very affordable and accessible. Marami tayong makikitang iba't ibang mga brands na nagbebenta nito at natural din siya. And like we mentioned, it can be very helpful in reducing androgen levels in the body. At kasama pa nito, because it is a tea, it also has the benefits of relaxation, stress management, and improving digestion, which, of course, are things that we would definitely want to feel. Now, on the other side, the cons would be that the impacts are still quite mild, so consistency is very, very important. Uulitin natin na hindi mo makikita ang pagkakaiba sa isang inom lang. You really have to be consistent with it for you to see those results. And of course, it is still not a replacement for medical treatment or medications, although it can definitely be part of a support. And one thing to note is if you have acid reflux, then taking spearmint tea will and can likely impact or trigger that reflux. Now, 1 to 2 cups per day would be the usual recommendation if you are trying to implement more spearmint tea into your routine. Now, one con that I have seen is definitely in terms of taste, but if it does give you the things that you're looking for, then taste is something that we're just gonna have to work with. Some people say it tastes like toothpaste, but I guess it's not that bad, is it? So if you do want to take some spearmint tea, it can be an affordable and accessible addition in your PCOS management, specifically if you are experiencing more of the androgenic type of symptoms like we mentioned a while ago. Kaya pwede naman siyang idagdag pero paulit lang na hindi siya automatic na gumagana at hindi rin siya mahikang tool na magpapatanggal ng lahat ng sintomas ng PCOS. Now, in terms of PCOS management, it really comes down to consistency, foundation, and lifestyle. These supplements are tools and, of course, supplementations in terms of supporting you, but they are not replacements fully for the things that we have to do. Naiintindihan ko, napakahirap talaga kapag meron tayong PCOS because most of the time people don't understand it and they reduce it to just lose weight, just try harder, just eat less, just work out more, which can be things that actually negatively impact your symptoms because you're stressing out your body. So the things that we have to remember is as much as possible, focus on a consistent meal pattern, a balanced diet that focuses more on high fiber and lean protein, and of course, making sure that we find movement that we enjoy and doesn't stress us out too much, managing stress and sleep as well, because they play very big roles, and taking a look at the different aspects of our life that we can support or add to help manage our symptoms. Hindi naman imposible, pero kailangan talaga natin bigyan ng oras. Things don't work automatically, but with time and with learning to understand your body, we can slowly find those solutions. Sana nakatulong ang episode na to kung naghahanap ka nga ng mga supplements o mga gusto mong gawin or gamitin para makatulong sa sintomas mo. We are not even scratching the surface of supplements that are often recommended. So if you do have other ones that you want to tackle and talk about in relation to PCOS, then let me know in the comments below. Before we go, let's do an outfit check. My vest is from Mango. It actually has a matching pantsuit, which looks so good. I love it. I love the vests from Mango. They're really good. The fit, perfect on me. This necklace is, of course, my tropical fruit necklace from Tropic Beatnik. Our donut earrings, you know where we got them, the Craftolio. And I have my usual ring stack. And to top it off, oh, that's it. That's all I'm wearing. I don't have a bandana or a hat this time because I'm trying to show off my hair. So yeah, that's the outfit. Again, let me know if there's any other products or things you want to talk about for the next podcast episodes. If you like this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow kung saan ka man nakikinig. You can also follow me at itsjosebstian for more nutrition information or just to follow along in terms of my life on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And you can follow at the Donut Box Pod on Instagram to be part of the next episodes when we ask for some tips, advice, or things you want to hear. Anyways, until the next episode, you always deserve to eat. Thanks for listening to the pod. This is the Donut Box.